Real issues, real life, real talk about a real God with the real sisters. And while some things are new, there is one thing that will never change. You're loved, chosen, beautiful, and enough. Welcome to Real Talk Today.
Hey guys, it's Kris here, and I am so happy to be here with you guys, giving you some type of push or motivation or inspiration to get through this week. Okay. I hope and pray that your day is going good. I hope and pray that you are making all of the right moves to reach your goal and even exceed your goals. Okay, I am praying with you. All right. And if you have any doubts that you're going to reach that thing, I'm here right now to let you know, baby, you're going to reach it. All right. Just keep going, keep pushing. Don't give up. It's never the right time to give up. Oh, I almost had a Chris Brown slip out of me. Never the right time. Say goodbye. Okay. I'm going to stay on track because y'all know here on Real Talk Today, we will have a whole singing fest, okay? That lasts for 30 minutes, okay? And I'm not going to do that, although I want to continue. But for real, it's never the right time to give up, okay? Boom. How about that? So, yeah, I had to get on here and talk with you guys because I need to tell somebody about my dream that I had. Like, I woke up this morning completely out of breath. I woke up this morning with little sweat driplets threatening to surface onto my skin, and I was like, oh, like I was about to sweat. Like I woke up, I was like, yo, I think I was right at the point where I probably would have woke up if I would have woke up about 5 minutes um after what I actually woke up. Like I probably would have had some sweat on my skin and probably on my pillowcase. Ugh. But anywho, I wasn't sweating, but I was almost about to sweat, like, cause that dream had me so. It had a lot going on. Alright, so here it is. So in the dream, I was like with a group of people at night. We were outdoors, just wandering around looking for something, and like we were clearly lost. All right. And so eventually daylight came and I was like by myself, still wondering, still lost. I noticed everything that I was seeing was the same thing from when I was with a group of people, except like of course, like I said, I was by myself. So I'm walking in circles at this point, and then eventually like scary things started happening, like someone trying to hurt me and other weird things was attacking me, like throwing things at me and chasing me. And at this point I'm running because who got time for little weird looking things with weird little faces like a little leprechaun, like. Yeah, I promise I didn't eat no chocolate before I went to bed. Like, I promise it's crazy. Like, weird little things with weird little faces just started like chasing me. Like, of course, like I'm running at this point. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm not gonna let this little monster, little leprechaun thing get me. So I'm in the dream. I'm running and I am terrified, okay? And at this point, I'm just trying to find my way out of this circle. Like, how, like, where is the end to this? Like, is there another road or something? And, so I'm running and I'm completely aware that I'm like running in circles, but I didn't know how to get out to stop going in a circle. And so as I was running, I came to a spot where I could have taken the normal turn that I had taken over and over that like led me to like to these houses where people would come out and like scare me and like start chasing me, throwing stuff at me. I could have took that road or either ran down, like continued to run straight down this road. So like apparently like every time I got to this spot, I kept taking this turn, like taking like venturing off, like making this right turn. You know how if you got like I don't know if y'all in your iPhone, like you can go on the settings and change like your Siri voice. And so my person, he'd be like, bear right. Like so like it was like I kept bearing right instead of continuing straight. And so I finally got to a point and I became aware, like, okay, Kris, listen, we're at a point where you have to make a decision. Like, are you going to go right? And like, because you know where this road right here, this right turn is going to lead you. It's going to lead you to all of the scary stuff. Or are you going to keep straight? And so, I decided to go ahead and take the different road where I just kept straight. And someone who was really friendly called out to me with a welcoming face and smiled and said, "This way." And the funny thing is, this person that called out to me was somebody that I went to school with from like high school. Like, she was really nice, and we were really close friends. She was really nice. She always had a smile on her face, very welcoming, and just a really nice soul, nice spirit. And she called out to me, like, I have no idea where she is today, but she was like a really nice person. Like, I don't even know I don't even know the last time I talked to her. But anywho, really nice person. And like, when I saw her in the dream, I like, when she called out and said, "This way," I was like, okay, I can stop running. And I knew I was safe. Like, I just felt like, okay, I can relax, I can calm down. Like, I'm on the right path now. Like, this is the right way. Familiar face. Here we are. I can continue whatever I was supposed to be doing when I showed up with the friends from the night before. Like, anywho, I was just safe. And so that's when I woke up. And y'all, I woke up out of breath. Like, I can only imagine how silly and goofy I looked. Like, I probably was like jumping in the bed, like, or turning over, flipping. Like, I wish I could have had something, like, had a camera in here recording, because I feel like I probably looked ridiculous. So, because I literally woke up out of breath, like, I really feel like I was in my sleep really clowning. Like, that's why I really wish I could have had a camera in here, because I had to wake up, catch my breath. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hot. I threw the cover off of me, and then I just sat there, like, enjoying the breeze, enjoying this good air coming through my house. God bless the Lord for the AC. Hallelujah. But anywho, like, yeah, I had to catch my breath, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, wait a minute, what was that dream? Like, I started, okay, what just happened in that dream? And once I went over everything in my head, like, what happened, immediately what came to my heart was, to break the cycle, we have to do some things that we have never done before. Like, that was the first thing that, like, came to my heart and mind. Like, to break the cycle of generational curses, or the cycle of brokenness, the cycle of bad relationships, the cycle of things that we do not want to be in. To break those things, we have to do some things that we have never done before. And what really, like, brought on that thought is how in the dream I just kept going in this circle of, I get to the same spot, and I bust a right, and I go through the same scary things over and over and over again. And then I get back to the same spot, bust another right, or bust that same right, go through the same stuff again. And then I came to a point where I had to, like, say no. I'm gonna do something different, and I'm gonna keep straight and see where this takes me. Like, I'm not sure if I have to actually fight down this road. I don't know if these people that's attacking me gonna get larger, or if I don't know what's to come. But I know what I am gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this new path, and take this new road that I've never taken before. I don't care, and I don't know what's going to be down this road, but I know what's down this road. When I take a right, I know what to expect when I make this right. So, like, I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna go ahead and do something new. I'm gonna go ahead and take this new path. And sometimes that's what we have to do, guys. We have to, evaluate. This path normally gets me here. This path normally, this happens when I normally react this way. This happens. This argument always comes up anytime I respond this type of way. Like, what are we going to do new, so that we can get out of this cycle of bull crap, or get out of this cycle of hurt, get out of this cycle of brokenness, get out of this cycle of financial instability? Like, what are we going to do? a few questions I'm going to go over because I pretty much just covered it, but I still want to ask you all these questions. Like, why would you keep taking the same path knowing exactly where it's going to take you? Think about it. Think about it. Think about your arguments that you get into with your bae. Like, why does it keep happening? What keeps happening? What's causing this cycle to happen? Why do you keep taking the same path? And oh, every time I say this, oh, this causes an argument. Like, why do you keep responding the same, knowing that's going to lead to an argument? Knowing responding that way got you nowhere last time. What can you do differently? How can you respond differently? How can you act differently to get a better outcome? These are just questions for you all to think. These are questions that I wrote down, and I'm literally looking at my note because I said I wanted to make sure I ask you guys so that you guys can write these down and think on these things. Think on those on your own time. Okay, you can even start thinking about it now. Like, what can you do differently? Because when we take a moment and just like realize, oh, I'm sick and tired of this happening. Like, okay, once we do that, what can we do to make sure this don't even happen again? Like, we have to do something to prevent this thing from happening. We have to do something from allowing this cycle to continue to live. Like, what can you do differently to end this cycle? So, continuing, in the dream, I knew that if I took the normal turn, I was going to keep being chased and attacked and scared and confused. And one point that I thought about, or that came to my heart, was you have a choice to make. Once you decide what you can do differently, you have to decide for yourself if you will go through with the new way or if you will choose the old way again. It's easy to say I'm going to choose the new way, but sometimes what will stop. Oh, sorry guys. Sometimes it's easy to say that we'll choose the different way, the new way, even after we've thought about everything, we've evaluated everything, and then we reach points where it's time to go ahead and choose the new way, and we allow fear to come in and stop us. Like, okay, I don't know what the outcome would be if I choose this new way. Like, I don't know what to really expect. Like, will things get worse or will things get better? Like, I don't know what to expect. And sometimes we'll allow that fear to come in and stop us and like say, no, don't do that. Like, we'll allow fear to come in and cause doubt, say this isn't going to get us anywhere. Like, we just have to, we have a real choice to make. Like, it's so easy to say, oh, I'm gonna do it this way, this the next time this comes up. But sometimes when that moment comes, it's just like, I don't know. And so you have a choice to make. Like, even though I don't know what to expect, I'm gonna go ahead and choose this new way. I don't know if I may end up alone. I may have to go through a season where I'm not dating anyone. I may go through a season where I ain't got that much money on me. I can may have to cut back on all of the going out and drinking or whatever you do. Like, you don't know where the new way may lead you, but you have to make that choice to go ahead and break this cycle, because if you do the same thing over and over again, you already know what that's going to get you. So if you already know what that's going to get you and you don't like the outcome of where it gets you, what's the worst thing that could happen if you go ahead and just try something new? I'm gonna pause so you can hear it. So you can let that settle in your heart. Like, I'm just gonna pause. 5 seconds of silence. What's the worst that could happen? You know what happens when you respond this way, when you act a certain way, when you this job, this happens, okay, you don't want that to happen. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna allow fear to stop you from choosing something new for a new outcome? That's the thing. Like, once we choose something new, we don't know where that thing gonna lead us, but we know we're gonna get a different outcome from the instead of the same thing happening. We tired of the same thing happening. We gonna do something new to get a new outcome. It's gonna be new. We don't know what it is. But let me tell you something. When we allow God to lead us, when we allow ourselves to actually trust Him and follow the plan that He has for our lives, oh, guess what? The outcome is gonna be good if you take a moment, evaluate. Okay, I don't want this to happen anymore. Okay, I'm gonna do something new. Okay, what is the new thing that I need to do? What is the next turn that I need to take? What is it? Well, let me tell you, who can help you? God can. He knew you before you even knew yourself. Jeremiah 29 tells us that He has a plan for us. And of course, I'm paraphrasing, so don't knock me because I'm not quoting it like it is in the Bible. I read like several different versions, but Jeremiah 29 verse 11, it let us know that He has the plan for our lives, and it's a good plan. It's not a plan of disaster. It's a plan of future and hope. And one of the versions says a plan of success. So it's like, baby, if you take a moment, like I said, evaluate, what do you not like? All right, how can we change that? Well, let's go to the one who knows everything, who has the plan for our life, and ask Him, okay, God, I've recognized this is not, this little cycle, this little circle, this ain't it. This not working. What do I need to do for another outcome, for a better outcome, for a successful outcome where I come out happy, where I come out on top, where I come out successful, where I come out, where I just come out on top. You know what I'm saying? Like where I come out of this cycle, where I break free. God, how can help me? If you ask Him, He'll help you. If you let Him, He'll help you. All you got to do is ask Him. He'll give you the plan. He'll lead you and order your steps. He'll direct your path. All you got to do is just ask Him and let Him know, oh God, I need you. God, I need you to help me. God, will you step in and help me? And even then, when you get the plan from God and you finally decide to go through with it, oh God, will you help my fear? When it's time to, even when it's time to go ahead and decide, oh, I'm going to do this for real, for real. God, will you help me? Remove this fear. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and sound mind. God, help me. Help me to believe that scripture. Like, we have to go to the one who is able, who is more than able to give us all that we need. The power is already in you. You just got to tap into it. Move past that fear. You have the power to move past your fear. All right? You have that power. You have authority to move past your fear. Your fear cannot overtake you. Your fear cannot win. Your fear cannot cause you to keep going in this circle. You have the power to break free. All right? You have that power and authority. You don't have to keep going through that cycle. When God gives you that plan, baby, all you got to do is execute. All right? God has already gone before you and handled everything that could possibly try to hinder you and stop you and probably get in the way. Oh, God has already gone before you. I don't know who needs to know this, but He's already gone before you and handled those people that could get in the way, that handled those things and people that could possibly try to discourage you and all those type of things, get in the way and try to block your blessing and try to block your progress. He's already gone ahead of you and placed certain things in certain places to go ahead and take care of that thing, to go ahead and remove that person out of that position that could possibly get in the way of you being successful on your job. He's already handled it. Don't let that fear come in and try to discourage you from breaking free of that cycle. If God give you the plan to go ahead and start the business, or to go ahead and apply for this new position, to go ahead and invest this money, to go ahead and do whatever, to go ahead and go back to school, it's a reason. You're going to be successful because He has the plan for your life. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Go read it. Read several versions. You're going to be successful if you follow the plans of God. When He gives you the plan, you know you can trust Him because He's God. He knows everything. He knows everything. He knows everything. He knows everything. So, yeah, God knows everything. God knows everything. And because I completely came out of my notes section or section, place my phone down because yeah, I think that's the episode, guys. God knows everything. He has the plan for your life. When you recognize exactly what you're sick and tired of, when you evaluate, okay, you acknowledge and take accountability of what you're doing wrong and say, "Oh God, yeah, I don't want this to happen no more." He will step in and help you as soon as you ask. Baby, you got to open your mouth. You got to, baby. I said, you got to, baby. You got to go ahead and open your mouth. You got to go ahead and open your mouth and ask Him, and He will help you. God, what is the plan? Because I can't keep doing this. What is the plan? I can't keep going in cycles. What is the plan? God, what is the plan? I can't keep dealing with financial instability. God, what is the plan? And He will tell you. And then when He tells you, you know what it's time to do. Execute. Don't let that fear stop you. Don't let the doubts and the lies get in your mind and try to convince you that you shouldn't do this. No, God told you the plan. He took time out of His busy schedule. Out of all that he got to do. He took time to go ahead and tell you this is what you need to do. God is great. God is big. He's the creator of the world. He's the ultimate ruler. And He took time to tell you exactly what you need to do. Who are you to ignore what He said? Who are you to ignore the instructions and the plan that He's given you, that He's taken time to give you? Who are you to ignore it? No, we're not ignoring. We're not ignoring what God tells you to do. No, we're not ignoring that. Not at all. So, my friend, I encourage you to take a moment and acknowledge and take accountability of this cycle that you're in. Some of you may be saying, "Oh, I had nothing to do with getting into this cycle. This happened. It just happened." Okay. All right. I understand. Well, what you going to do to get out? What are you going to do to break free? I understand. Some of you did not cause this to happen, but you can cause yourself to get out of it. Yes, you can. And I just pray and I hope that you all will be encouraged to go ahead and take the new path to break free of that cycle that you don't want to be in. All right. And even one more thing that I do want to include is that even after you make this decision to go ahead and break free, and you start living in, okay, I'm doing something new, all right, it doesn't stop. The choice is having to make the choice to do something new. It never stops, because once you get on this path of newness, guess what? You're still going to be experiencing some things that you have never experienced. Everything is going to be new, and that can get extremely scary. It gets so scary. You never get done saying yes to God. You never get done seeing new things. And so I want to encourage you, and I want to go ahead and let you know, I'm not just telling you these things because, just based off of my dream, although it's very, it's filled with so much. I'm not just telling you these things just based on a feeling or anything, but this is something that I have experienced myself. I know what it's like to start over. and not have any money and not have a job. I know. I know what it's like to start something new and it just be like, okay, I did it. I'm following God's plan, and then be looking like, hmm, this is new. I am uncomfortable. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. I know what it's like. It gets very uncomfortable. But guess what? Even though it's uncomfortable, we can't get tired of just deciding to choose something so that we can stay free from that cycle, so that we won't go back. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense to me. It's hitting my heart. We can't, like, when that new is it's always going to be something new. Always. It's going to make you uncomfortable than a mug. It's going to make you uncomfortable. But you can't let that discomfort stop you. You can't let that cause you to stop and just give up. Because as soon as you stop, then you'll just be in another cycle. A cycle that you don't want to be in. A cycle of, okay, I almost got there, and yeah, I just can't do this again. Like, you have to keep going. There's like, you cannot stop. Like, you cannot stop. You can't stop. You have to keep going. 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 Whoever is listening, and you've reached a place where, all right, I've been taking, been making moves. Stuff is getting real uncomfortable. I'm getting tired. I feel like, things should be happening a lot quicker. Baby, you got to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. And one more thing that's very important. I pulled my phone back up. One more thing. Don't avoid choosing the new way. Don't avoid choosing the new path, because you don't know how someone will respond. Because you don't want to be alone. Because you don't want to do something by yourself. Because you don't want to make people mad at you. Because you're scared something worse will happen than last time. Don't make that mistake of choosing others over yourself. Don't make that mistake of choosing your past over your future. Don't make that mistake. Don't. Don't make that mistake, okay? All right. So, yeah. I'm everywhere on my notes list, like everywhere. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, because I'm at like 28 minutes. And I just know, and I believe, and I pray with you guys, and I know that my God will make your efforts successful. Sometimes when we get nervous and scared, we gotta one scripture that I always go to is Psalms 90 verse 17. God, make my efforts successful. That's a prayer. You can pray that prayer. When you get scared, instead of speaking doubt and questioning everything, just, God, make my efforts successful, and breathe that thing out, okay? All right, guys, I love you guys. If you enjoyed today's episode of motivation and encouragement, I want you to go to www.shamelessgrace.org and join my mailing list so that you can receive morning devotionals every week on Mondays and Wednesdays. You will not regret it, all right? I love you guys, and yeah, let's keep going. Let's break these cycles. Let's break free, all right? We out. Or not we out, but I'm out. You finna be out, so I guess we out. I literally just took of myself. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day and rest of the week. Yeah, bye.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Real Talk Today with Vanya, Kris, and Be Real. In the meantime, trust that there is grace to mend the broken pieces. And as always, remember, you're loved, chosen, beautiful, and enough.